I feel like the MAGA contingent of the government right now, they're acting as if they won a revolution when in fact they may have won a battle in a cold civil war. As in the things that they're carrying out seems very revolutionary. And I just, Amber, maybe you can speak into this. Like there are midterms coming up, right? I can the Trump administration survive, or can Republicans survive the midterms and continue kind of these revolutionary tactics that are happening? I just don't understand how this is sustainable. It just seems so drastic, all the changes that are coming or have been happening. Thank
Amber.
Yeah, it's a good question. And I think Republicans are under no illusion that the midterms are probably a lost cause, not just because of polling or whatever the backlash to the Trump administration is going to doing, but just out of typical political cycles, which is when you have complete control of the Senate, the House, and the president. Usually in the next midterm cycle, it goes back to the other party because most American voters like some kind of balance. As much as people say government doesn't work well enough, they don't like when Congress is deadlocked. Actually, they usually vote for Congress to be deadlocked because they don't like a lot of change in a short period of time. So I think that's probably almost an inevitability. And even when you look at the congressional map, the way the districts are drawn, there are basically 5 seats that really matter there's basically only a 5 seat majority that Republicans could really hope for if they poured all of their resources into it. So them having a 1 to 2 seat majority is pretty much in line with what the congressional maps look like. That's a hard majority to keep a hold of. If you talk to people within the Trump administration or people who were on the campaign, they were pretty clear-eyed and sober about the fact that they probably didn't have 4 years to enact the agenda. They probably had 18 months. So that's why they're operating so quickly, because they realize that time is probably limited. And if I had one criticism of the Republican Party in this latest CR fight, it's that why bother doing the short-term spending bill through September when you have popular support on the side of DOGE right now? You have 76% of Americans saying that they want to cut government waste, fraud, and abuse. Take advantage of that political opportunity and actually codify into law the programs that DOGE is identifying for cuts, codify into law the executive orders that Trump has been handing down, and make sure that those things are more permanent than just the whims of an executive that could be overturned in 4 years.
Amber, before Adam responds, why do you think they didn't do that?
You're going to get me into a lot of criticisms of the Republican Party, which is actually a criticism of both parties in Congress, which is they like to offload responsibility. They don't want to take political accountability for their actions. And Trump has shown them what a little bit of political will can accomplish. And it seems to be the case that Republicans are really good at being the minority party, but not so good at governing when they actually have power. And we saw this with the USAID question, right? This is a broader issue across Congress, where Congress was writing incredibly vague spending bills, giving massive grants to USAID to do effectively whatever the executive wanted with it, which is why all of these quote unquote woke programs under Biden were allowed to happen in the first place. If Congress actually did its job and wrote a funding bill that provided money for specific allocated programs, then the executive wouldn't have so much discretion over where the money goes.
Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Amber on political cycles regarding the midterms. That seems to be common sense. But I do think that all of this turmoil is only going to be accelerated by Trump's lack of predictability. Also, some of the stunts that he's doing, like selling Teslas on the front lawn. I saw a picture of Conor McGregor in the White House today. I thought it was fake at first, but I guess that's real. I feel like if he continues these stunts, combined with Elon Musk's really brazen form of slashing and burning the government, yeah, I'm not sure how the midterms will go. I mean, either way, it seems to be like the political cycle, as Amber was saying.
Dick Cruz, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.